Okay, thank you, Narexi. So Narexi just read the assignment for, it was Tuesday of last week, October 4th. That is, read the text on pages 20 through 26. And I'm holding it up right here. You can probably see it. Not sure. There it is. It's a little blurred. There it is. So 20 through 26, that's where we used all that vocabulary that we made the video game with. And you can see the number of students who right here, everybody who has turned it in, it's been graded. And this is everybody who's not turned it in. So everybody who's not turned that in, you'll be working with Armando. That was the first one from last week. Next one, we've got page, let's see, due October 11th, which was this past Thursday. Okay, this was the really fun one. All right, so who would like to volunteer to read this one?
Me.
Go for it, Marie Boisrand.
Here is a video game that we create together in class. Play the game and attach a screenshot here with your score.
Very good, very good. So these two assignments, anybody looking at the recording, it looks a lot worse than it is. Each time it looks like only 50% are doing it. I know it's not because you can't read. I know it's because you're stumbling with the Google Classroom process and you need help attaching the assignments. So the first one was to do the worksheet in the textbook and then attach the photo of the worksheet that you did. So either finding that photo in your computer or either on your phone or in your computer and then just attaching it on time is the problem. I know the worksheet itself is not the problem. It's just getting that attachment done and pressing submit is the problem. Same thing with the video game. The video game was a ton of fun. We played that the last two classes together, worked on the vocabulary, but most students who didn't complete it just needed to attach that screenshot. And we went over screenshots last week. So everybody, I see the list of who's here now. Everybody who still is having trouble attaching those files to Google Classroom, I'm going to send you into a breakout room with Armando right now. It's just attaching that file to the assignment, pressing submit. That's the tricky part. And Armando, it has given his morning. You can see him. He's got his camera on. There he is. He will help you get that done. So we're going to divide the class right now to get everybody caught up. Here we go. All right. So here we are. Everybody who's going into a breakout room with Armando, you want to finish the October 4th and the October 11th. So you want to have your Google Classroom pages ready and ask Armando if you need any help. Making breakout rooms, here we go. Okay, and everybody else can stay here with me. All right. So you can join the breakout rooms right now. Monica, let me just double check to make sure you are all caught up. Nope, Monica, you also join Armando. All right. Melanie, let me double check to make sure you are caught up. Yep, Melanie, you're good. Okay, all set. All right. So we're doing a vocabulary exercise, everybody. Everyone who's just come back from the other breakout room. These are all vocabulary words from from chapter 2. Some of them we went over last week. I am underlining a word from page 32, right there, pursue. And Ilse has a challenge. She has to put it into a sentence in 1 minute, okay? When I let the timer go, Ilse.
Okay. If you are if you are passionate about something, pursue it.
If you are passionate about something, pursue it. Yes, that works. All right, nice job. Okay, next up, Ilse, choose somebody else to go next. Choose anybody you see here.
Melanie.
Melanie. Okay, Melanie. I'm going to give you characterize. That's also page 32. Characterize. And I'm going to start the clock right now.
Characterize, okay. I'm gonna characterize myself as a ghost for Halloween.
Okay. All right.
Do I have to choose someone?
No. Oh, yes, I will ask you to choose the next person.
Okay.
Well, actually,
Erica.
characterize myself as a ghost.
Yeah.
It works as a sentence, but when you say, but I don't think it's what you mean.
Yeah.
I think you mean you want to dress up as a ghost for Halloween, right?
Yeah, disguise. Actually.
Right. So that's not the same as characterize. The way you put it into a sentence works as a sentence, but I don't think it's what you mean.
Yeah, it's not the
Try it
same
again.
thing. Yeah, I do.
So think of like characterizing characterizing is similar to representation.
Yeah.
Marie, can you describe how characterize is similar to representation?
Yes.
Tell us.
That you can say, for example, like you can say like there's many examples, many things.
Well,
Like,
let's think of a movie that we've all
you
seen.
can say like white is something characterized snow.
Well, I got a better idea to give everybody a frame of reference. Okay, this painting on page, this is an impressionist painting I'm holding up that we looked at. It's on page 32. That's Napoleon. What are some words that you would say are the way Napoleon looks in that painting? How would you describe him? Some adjectives. Does he look weak or strong?
Strong.
This painting characterizes Napoleon as strong. Napoleon is characterized as strong. Napoleon paid a painter money to make him look like a strong leader. Characterized. Think of pictures, movies. Everybody's talking about your looks. When you put a picture of yourself on WhatsApp or Instagram, do you just put any picture or do you put the best picture you can find?
The best, teacher.
Well, yeah, exactly. Why? Why does that matter?
Because maybe is because that picture characterize me better?
Yeah, there's some synonyms here. Oh, I just realized there's actually a lot of these are not
Teacher.
exactly synonyms, but here it is.
Teacher, for example, when you get American money, you get
Mhm.
Washington in it. You see, that's characterized American money.
I'm not quite sure what you mean. Oh, you mean the faces, the people on the money?
When you see
Yes, okay. Use characterized with money in a sentence, Marie. That's a great example. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know your money very well, but when you see, for example, when you get a one beer of $100, I think Washington on it, right?
Franklin, but it's okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, when you get Franklin on it, that you can say that characterize American money.
Beautiful. I think Toussaint Louverture, is he on any Haitian money?
Yes, like
Okay. Yeah, so make a sentence. The money, Haitian money characterizes Toussaint Louverture as. That's the word I just switched to the, I'm gonna
yeah.
stop my screen share. I'm going back to the, my document cam right there. Characterized. But keep going with your thoughts there, Marie. Characterized.
Yeah, I forget the pictures of our Asian money, but
It's okay. No, it's okay.
but when you get like a picture on money, you even because Haitian people, they make a slogan about the money,
Mhm.
and they make a reference about the picture on the each money you get. They said like I'm gonna give you a desaline or something, or 2 cents, or when they say the name, they characterize which money they're gonna give you.
Oh, nice. Oh, they'll say the name of the person on the money.
The person, for example,
That's so cool.
if I said I'm gonna give you a Franklin, you know
Ah.
exactly which money I'm gonna give you. That's
That's amazing.
characterize which money.
Wow. You know, if Americans did that, we'd learn who was on the money a lot faster
Yeah.
as kids. But a lot of it, what's kind of funny is that a lot of kids these days don't know who's on the money because of we're moving cashless.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of kids, you know, grow up with Venmo, and you ask them who's on the $50 bill, they'll say, "What?
No, yeah.
What? What's a dollar bill?" But anyway, what's kind of funny is that you're talking about Haiti. Take a look at the date on this picture of Napoleon. It's ironic that you're talking about Haiti. What happened 2 years after this picture of Napoleon was painted?
Yes, we get our yeah, we get the War of Independence.
There you go. There you go. So 2 years after this
They
picture in our
call it
textbook was painted,
The
Haiti,
War of Berthier.
yeah, this guy lost Haiti.
Yes.
So Haitian people rose up. It was the first successful slave uprising. Essentially, the beginning of the American abolitionist movement would be inspired here. I'm using too many big words now, but sometimes I like to switch from an English class to a history class. Anyway, let's see. I wanted to look at these vocabulary words. Everyone, representational. This word is similar to depicted. Art was very representational. So before modern art, paintings were representational. Traditional art usually depicted scenes from history or mythology. And the quote, if one wants to characterize them with a single word that explains their effort, one would have to create a term for it, impressionists. So characterize means a way someone is described in a story or depicted or represented. So that these three words right here. Characterize is a way someone is depicted or represented. So these three words together fit. Now I'm going to go back to, I'm going to turn off my document cam and go back to my sharing my screen, because we're going to look at these other vocabulary words here. All right. So representation, characterized. Marie made a sentence with the word characterized. Marie made a sentence with the word characterize. Who else can make a sentence with the word characterized? Monica, you want to try?
Okay, characterize.
Yep, characterize.
The hot days and cool days characterize the summer here.
Say it again.
The hot days and cool nights characterize the summer.
Okay, summer is characterized by hot days. I know what you mean now. Okay, so we think of summer, we think of hot days. Okay, or represent. Yeah,
Yeah,
close
that's
enough.
quite something. Yeah.
Close enough. I like it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to switch. We're going to read page 33 before the break. So going back to my document cam, page 33. Everybody open up page 33. We're going to learn about the Impressionist movements, where we stopped last class. All right. So here it is, the Impressionists. Okay. Do I have a volunteer reader for paragraph 4?
May I?
Absolutely, Melanie.
Impressionists painted everyday scenes from the world we know rather than following traditional religious, historical, and mythological subjects. They painted real landscapes as they saw them and without idealization. They were not concerned with meticulous finish and applied their painting with quick, spontaneous brush strokes. In their attempts to capture the fleeting moment and the ways in which objects reflect and absorb light, Monet, Renoir, Manet, Pissarro, and others have created a new, brilliantly vivacious world on canvas. They have also influenced the work of their friends, most notably Cézanne, Degas, and Van Gogh.
Beautiful, beautiful. And good job pronouncing all of these different names of the artists. So the Impressionists were very different. They didn't paint famous people. They just painted ordinary scenes from the real world. So here is Monet painting a picture of a woman standing on a grassy hill. Now, if I look over here at Napoleon, remember I said the word realist. This is almost like the artist learns to play with the light to make the painting look almost like he's going to jump off of the canvas. What's different about an Impressionist painting like this one of Claude Monet? What's different about that? Does it look like the real world, or does it look like it's a painting?
It's something fast.
Mhm.
When you take the picture, something's faster.
Right. It looks like
it-
it's blurry.
Yeah,
right?
you not can see the eyes or the
Mhm.
mouth, only something. It's momentaneous.
Well,
Like a abstract
perhaps.
can give you different, each people can get a different impression about the painting.
Exactly. You can't see details in a face here.
No.
You can't see details like hands.
No,
You can just see the rough outline of a person.
fleeting, yeah.
Right. So essentially, the Impressionists let paintings look like paintings. If you look really close, they let the Impressionists would leave. I'm going to show you this. The Impressionists wanted you to see brushstrokes. They wanted you to see that it was really paint they were using. Here's where the yellow smudges with the green and the blue. Here's where the white comes in. And essentially the idea was this is paint and this is a painting. We're not immortalizing a famous person. We're just showing you that this is a painting and this is what you can do with a painting. And it was very, very new in the time. So let's get another reader for, and I'll focus that. There it is. Let's get another reader for paragraph 5. Who would like to read?
I can try, teacher.
Sure, Monica, go for it.
Claude Monet, 1840-1926, spoke often about Impressionist painting. He once said, when you go out to paint, try to forget what object you have before you, a tree, a house, a field, or whatever. Merely think, here is a little square of blue, here an oblong of pink, here a streak of yellow, and painted just as it looks to you, the exact color and shape until it emerges in your own impression of the scenes before you.
Until it emerges as your own naive impression of the scenes before you. This word naive means not knowing much. It means ignorant, to be naive.
Ignorant?
Yep, that's what it means.
Okay.
Naive. So to be naive means you don't know as much as you think you know. And essentially Monet was just saying, just show the world as it looks with color, play with the color. Just don't think of objects, just think of colors. And let's go to paragraph 6. We've heard from Monica, we've heard from Melanie. Ilse, Marie, Cleomaine's on the phone. Okay, Marie, go for it.
The Impressionists risked everything by breaking away from tradition. Against harsh criticisms and negative reviews, they pursue a desire to create a fresh way of looking at things and a new kind of painting that reflects a modern way of life. They struggle against poverty and hostility, but their perseverance paid off, and they were
rewarded
with the recognition, but they
deserved. Yep.
This new revolutionary movement changed the very nature of the way people think about art. Impressionism liberates other artists from the strict rules of composition, subject matter, and technique, and set them free to paint what they wanted and follow their own ideas and talents. The masterworks of the Impressionists have become the most widely loved and admired paintings of the past 100.
Beautiful. All right. Good job, everybody. So that's where a lot of this vocabulary comes from. What we're going to do now is take a break. Good work, everybody. Time to take a break. So let's go to the stopwatch. Here we go. I'm going to put in 10 minutes. Go get a cup of coffee, do what you need to do. So I've given, because we have a smaller class this afternoon, I've given everybody the questions in WhatsApp to think about for discussion next Tuesday. I will ask you to all Google, please, this. Google the Spanish Civil War. Tell me when it was happening and what it was. Just quickly Google this, Spanish Civil War. And this will give you some what's called scaffolding, some context to understanding this painting. What is the Spanish Civil War? Quickly Google it on your phones. And then you could say it or write in the chat what you're seeing, what you come up with. Listen, we want to put this into context. So what was the Spanish Civil War? When was it? Who was involved? What was it all about? Oh, I see some, there you go, there you go. Okay, nice job. Okay, so in the chat, Melanie said it occurred from 1936 to 1939. Very nice. So we have a time period. Beautiful. Good job. And Erica says it was a civil war between the Republicans and the Nationalists. Excellent. Monica says Soviet war. Monica, you're not wrong, because the Soviet Union did assist, as well as many other countries did. The Soviet Union did get involved. So good job, everybody. So Monica told us when it happened. So the mid to late 1930s. Good work. Republicans and nationalists. So who could tell me what is a civil war? Is it a war between different countries, or is it a war within one country?
War inside the country.
Yes. So it's a war within a single country.
Between
Mhm.
the people.
Yes, good, good. So Monica just put in the chat, a war between different political sides in a country. Good, good use of more specific language. So if we say the Republicans and the nationalists, the nationalists and
Political
the
thing. And yeah, but it's inside the civil, I think means inside the country.
say it again, Monica.
It's
Your
Erica,
microphone.
teacher. Erica. No es
Oh,
me.
I'm so sorry. Erica, I'm so sorry, Erica.
That's fine.
I was reading your comment in the chat and listening to Erica. I'm confused. Say it again, Erica. Your microphone kind of.
I think the civil war means inside the country between the different political ways.
Yes, and what you just said is exactly what Melanie just put into the chat. It's perfect. The word civil war is actually a paradox or ironic, because if we take the word war, war is a conflict, war is destruction. But what does the word civil mean?
It's a people war.
Population.
Right, a population. The word civil is related to civilization.
Mhm.
So when I say this is ironic, the word civil war is a paradox or an irony. And if you translate civil war into other languages, it doesn't come out as weird as it does in English, because civil and war, well, civilization, to be civil, to be civilized. If someone is civilized, do they kill other people?
No.
Exactly. So the act of war is in fact uncivil. So that's the complexity of this word in English. To be civilized means to behave, to coexist with other people, but to go to war is the opposite. So the word itself is ironic, civil war. Other words in other languages translate as like internal war, or like the Chinese translation is 内战. It means inward, internal conflict, which is actually more accurate. But the English translation is a paradox in and of itself. So the two sides were the Spanish of the Spanish Civil War, the nationalists and the Republicans. Long story short, Republicans elected a leader, Francisco Franco, Spanish nationalist, protested the election, and he was backed by military, and he had help from a guy in Germany with a little mustache. We could probably guess who that would have been. And a civil war began. The Republicans received help from multiple other countries. Soviet Union was one of them. I think Monica mentioned a Soviet war. So yes, the Soviets did help the Republicans. Long story short, the nationalists won, and Francisco Franco remained a dictator of Spain through the mid-1970s. So imagine if Hitler, Mussolini, Hideki Tojo, all these dictators of the Second World War, imagine if they didn't die and they stayed in power for another 35, 40 years, that would be Spain. Sounds depressing, but it is what it is. This painting is something Picasso painted when he was in France, and it was the name of a city, the Guernica, and it's supposed to depict the moment a German plane dropped a bomb. I'm saying German because Hitler was supporting the nationalists, Franco. Those two are allies. So, which is why I want to give context. And this is supposed to be what it was like for the town once those bombs fell. So that's what this painting is supposed to represent, all the shapes that you see. Now I'm going to show you the video about the Guernica and how you can, there are different, how you can look at it and get some context. So we're going to have a further discussion on Tuesday, but take your time to watch this video now.
On April the 26th, 1937, fascist forces bombed the Basque village of Guernica in northern Spain. It was one of the worst civilian casualties of the Spanish Civil War, waged between the Democratic Republic and General Franco's fascist contingent. For Pablo Picasso, the tragedy sparked a frenzied period of work in which he produced a massive anti-war mural, aptly titled Guernica. The painting is a powerful work of historical documentation and political protest. But while Picasso's artistic motivations are clear, the symbolism of the painting can be as confusing and chaotic as war itself. How can we make sense of this overwhelming image? And what exactly makes it a masterpiece of anti-war art? The painting's monumental canvas is disorienting from the start, rendered in the abstracted Cubist style Picasso pioneered. Cubism deliberately emphasized the two-dimensionality of the canvas by flattening the objects being painted. This afforded viewers multiple and often impossible perspectives on the same object, a technique considered shocking even in Picasso's domestic scenes. But in this context, the style offers a profoundly overwhelming view of violence, destruction, and casualties. Multiple perspectives only compound the horror on display, sending the eyes hurtling around the frame in a futile hunt for peace. On the far left, a woman holding her dead child releases a scream. Her eyes sliding down her face in the shape of tears, and her head bending back unnaturally to echo her baby's. There is a statue of a soldier present below, but he is unable to defend the woman and child. Instead, his broken body lies in pieces, his arm clutching a splintered sword in a signal of utmost defeat. The tip of his sword meets a woman's foot as she attempts to flee the devastation, but her other leg appears rooted to the spot, locked in the corner of the canvas, even as she stretches to move it. Another victim appears behind this slouching figure, falling helplessly as flames lick around her. She too is caught in her own hopeless scene. Each of these figures bordering the painting are horribly trapped, giving the work an acute sense of claustrophobia. And where you might expect the canvas's massive size to counteract this feeling, its scale only highlights the nearly life-sized atrocities on display. Some possible relief comes from a lamp held tightly by a ghostly woman reaching out her window. But is her lantern's hopeful glow truly lighting the scene? Or is it the jagged light bulb, thought to represent the technologies of modern warfare, which illuminates her view of the chaos below? From the coffin-like confines of her window, her arm guides the viewer back into the fray to perhaps the most controversial symbols of all. Two ghostly animals caught in the destruction. Does the screaming horse embody the threat of Franco's military nationalism, or does the spike running through its body convey its victimhood? Does the white bull represent Spain, the country of matadors, and a common theme in Picasso's work, or does it stand for the brutality of war? In this scene of strife, these animals raise more questions than answers, and additional elements hidden throughout the frame offer even more secrets for close observers. At the top of the canvas flashes a bird desperate to escape the carnage. And the abundance of animals on display may hint at the bombing's date, a market day which flooded the streets with villagers, animals, and other potential casualties. Like the bombing of Guernica itself, Picasso's painting is dense with destruction, but hidden beneath this supposed chaos are carefully crafted scenes and symbols carrying out the painting's multifaceted attack on fascism. Decades after its creation, Guernica retains its power to shock viewers and ignite debate, and is often referenced at anti-war gatherings around the world. Hundreds of viewers have grappled with its harsh imagery, shattering symbolism, and complex political messaging. But even without a close understanding of its complicated subtext, Picasso's work remains a searing reminder of the true casualties of violence. Interested in learning more about art history? Check out this playlist for the stories behind more famous masterpieces.
All right, everybody. So I know that that was a lot of information. And what I just put into the group chat on WhatsApp is the video we just watched. So to have a more complex, fluid conversation next week, this is what I just put on WhatsApp. Take a look. Here it is. Since I want you to be able to have a more complex conversation next week, I put right here. Here's the video we're using in class now. Use the subtitles to practice for next week. So subtitles, that means closed captions. I'm going to show everybody how to review this with subtitles. And if you're watching this recording, you can see. So you open it up. There it is. You'll see a commercial first. Just wait for the commercial to stop. 6 seconds. Okay. Now, down here at the bottom, take a look at what options you have. Marie, would you like to see this in French?
Sure.
Tell me how accurate the subtitles are. I know you could follow the English, but if you want it in French, you can. That's why I wanted to go over this. So there it is.
My French a little bit.
In Spain. It was one of the worst civilian casualties of the
So there you
Spanish
go.
Civil War.
So if you want to listen in English and practice in French, there you go. I don't know how accurate the subtitles will be. Sometimes the subtitles are a little off, but there you go. So you can practice with subtitles in another language if you prefer. Français, s'il vous plaît. If you want Spanish, you can get Romanian, you can get Portuguese. Melanie, Portuguese is your language, right?
Yeah.
There you go. But it's not Cape Verdean. It's Portuguese.
No, actually,
Portuguese.
Cape Verde speaks Portuguese of Portugal.
Okay, so it's close enough. So it's
Yeah, it's
perfect,
close enough.
perfect. All right. Well, tell me, there it is. So yeah. Or if you want to just stick with good old-fashioned English, keep it on English.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's yours to play with and practice. And I've posted the next assignment in the textbook
Does the white bull represent Spain?
that you can do on your own. And I think everybody, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. I'm going to stop the recording. Okay, everybody. So if you're watching this recording, I am opening up a shared document from Melanie. She shared it with me. And what I'm going to do is practice, show everybody how to use the spell check and the grammar check. So if you scroll down and you see something in red, that makes life a whole lot easier. Should I, if I see this all red, should I submit the document or should I make some changes before I turn it into the teacher?
Make some changes.
I will make some changes. So look, it's giving me the correct spelling. Boom. There you go. So what if I have, my spelling is so terrible, and my grammar is so terrible, I'm writing stuff like this. Anyway, I'm trying, what if I just write total nonsense? There it is, okay.
It's changing the original document.
Right, no, but I'm making a point here. Take a look. It highlights in red that tells me this is not a word. Get rid of it. Goodbye. It gives you the option. It's not a word. You can ignore it, but no, I'm going to say goodbye. Now, if I make a mistake, I could go in and delete the mistake. But what else could I do? See where I'm up to the left? Undo. Melanie was horrified a minute ago. This is changing the document. What are you doing? I have now undone everything. So that's it. Now, is the spell check and the grammar check is not going to write the paper for you, but it will give you suggestions. If you highlight, let's say I'm highlighting this huge chunk that Melanie was writing, I go up to tools, I can do spelling grammar, spelling suggestions, grammar suggestions. So let's take a look. Grammar suggestions, spelling suggestions. Looks like she's doing okay so far. Spelling suggestions. There we go. It gives you suggestions. So the computer says, wait a minute, that looks like the beginning of a sentence. Try the capital letter. So that's what I wanted to show everybody, the spelling and the grammar. If it's blue, it's a grammar. If it's red, it's a spelling suggestion. If there's a word count, it'll help you do word count. If you need to look up a dictionary. If you are thinking of a word and you don't know in English, you could use a translation tool. So essentially, the computer makes your life a whole lot easier. I wanted to show everybody that just so you know, you have these tools in your pocket or on your desk. So use them. Use the spell check. Use the grammar check. Don't press submit until you go over the basic spelling and grammar check. So yes, Melanie, that's what I wanted to go over with you, just
Okay,
for the benefit of everybody.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Okay, I think we can wrap up class today. Any more questions? I'll stop recording and I'll take any questions you have.